patient's in her late 30s, 5'2", 160, BMI 29. She has a V shape. These are hard shapes. The take-home message is regardless of the shape, we can always get an hourglass, but it's a matter of degree. V's are not going to have as much of an hourglass as an A shape. Alright, we're going to do our 360 fat transfer. She has a V shape, so this is wider. This is where she stores her fat. There's not as much fat in the legs. This is a genetic predisposition. Lipo is going to bring in the waist. Fat transfer is going to build up the thighs. Alright, we're doing our 360 fat transfer, so we're going to lipo from here to here. Remember, she has a V shape, so I'm going to have to go from a V to an hourglass. And part of that process is just bringing in the waist like crazy, expanding the thighs. V's are more challenging because their bones are not set up to have an hourglass. So you still get the hourglass effect, but it's limited. Meaning that if you have an A shape, it'll be more dramatic. Alright, we did our 360 fat transfer. We went from a V to an hourglass. So this gets brought in as much as possible. I expand the hip. She had good hip expansion. Remember, anyone who's watching this, expansion is not 100% predictable. If you're 20 years old with no kids, you'll get less expansion. If you're in your 40s with multiple kids, you get more expansion. It has to do with the compliance of the tissue. Alright, we did a 360, took out as much fat as I could, brought in the waist, built up the thighs. Remember, it's all about expansion and retention. So this is the most I can get in terms of expansion. This is a thin pinch. This is her muscle. The final result is going to be based a lot on the preoperative starting point. All right, this is a V. We went from a V to an hourglass. I think the take-home message is regardless of the starting shape, you can always get an hourglass, but the starting shape dictates how dramatic the result can be. I'm thinking about BMI, fat distribution. Where is the fat? Everyone stores it differently. Is it visceral? Is it external? Is it on the thighs? Is it in the belly? What are the bones doing? What's the shape of the bones? What's the ratio of the bones to one another? What's the shape of the muscle? There's a lot that goes into that final result. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop us a comment, give us a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.